He was the German army's pop idol, a general who signed autographs. A great propaganda asset, his image was used to promote the myth of German invincibility on the battlefield.
One of Germany's finest generals, a man who was revered not just by his own countrymen, but also people like Churchill and Montgomery. And it was a very, very sad end for a man who's often regarded as being one of the greatest leaders of all time.
On July 20th, 1944, a bomb exploded under Hitler's feet at his East Prussian headquarters. The Führer survived.
Eine ganz kleine Clique ehrgeiziger, gewissenloser und zugleich unvernünftiger, verbrecherisch dummer Offiziere hat ein Komplott geschmiedet, um mich zu beseitigen. Es ist ein ganz kleiner Klüngel verbrecherischer Elemente, die jetzt unbarmherzig ausgerottet werden.
True to his word, Hitler, seen here visiting some of the survivors injured in the blast, wreaked a terrible revenge. One famous name emerged from the Gestapo interrogations and torture of bomb plot suspects. The celebrated public legend, the Desert Fox, Field Marshal Erwin Rommel. In September 1944, the British intelligence service listened in on the conversations of captured German generals. One of them made a sensational claim.
Rommel said to me that the Führer has to be killed. There is nothing for it. That man has to go.
The British couldn't believe what they were hearing. Hitler's favorite general, the legendary Desert Fox, had apparently turned against the Führer he had so gallantly fought for. In private, the great field marshal, once Hitler's favorite, was becoming increasingly critical of Hitler, the war, and German defenses.
When the war was going well, like many members of the general staff, he was very happy, to keep fighting.
Then he told me about the mass shootings in Poland, and also that Jews were being murdered with gas, as he had heard from Strolin, the mayor of Stuttgart. So he did know. But how do you get out of this? Your own state as a criminal.
2 months after the assassination attempt, senior German army officers convened a so-called Court of Honor, or Ehrenhof. It was to identify any suspects still within the ranks and pass them on to Hitler's executioners. Rommel was one of those whose fate had to be decided. The Desert Fox was accused of complicity in the bomb plot in September 1944.
Several of the accused that are still alive said that the field marshal had been in the picture about the attack. Rommel had said that he would be at the service of the new government after the successful attack.
This is a death sentence for Rommel. From Hitler and his accomplices' point of view, he must have been involved in the 20th of July bomb plot. That is the forced conclusion.
On October 14th, 1944, the death envoys finally arrived at the Rommel family home.
There are 2 German generals from Hitler's staff called Burgdorf and Meisel, and they explained to him that he has 2 options. He can either face the People's Court and be tried for his involvement in the Stauffenberg bomb plot and face the ignominy and the disgrace, and his family might be sent to a camp. There'll be no pension for his family, and his name will be dirt forevermore in the Third Reich. Or his other option is to use this little vial of cyanide.
Germans were told he had died from injuries sustained in a car crash. The real cause of his death was covered up. The great general was forced to poison himself.